Welcome back, everybody, to the Meeple Marathon and our continued coverage of Dwellings of Eldervale. Today we're going to be doing a full solo playthrough of the game. I am the Elves of Briardell. The ghosts are going to be in black, and that's pretty much it. I covered all the setup and how to play in the previous video, so if you kind of want to be brought up to speed on the game, I would go check out that video. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started here. My advanced worker is my wizard that I really want to focus on, and also I really want to focus on this particular realm, dwelling in that realm first, because it's just going to give me the most immediate VP here in the game. So let's think about how we can accomplish that. All right, so let me go ahead and plop myself down right here. First of all, I'm going to take this, I'm going to slot this for now because I don't really need it. And that's essentially it. That's my action. So let's go ahead and let's see if we got a little dice tray here we can make use of. All right, so 5, that's going to be this worker here and this card here. So this card is, now I forgot already to put my watcher down. That's fine. The watcher follows me around essentially, and so now this is telling me to place this worker here. It doesn't matter that he doesn't do the mill action. He simply is going to roll for another adventure card, which is a 3, which we can see on here is going to be another light adventure card. It doesn't matter what card he has, and this is my next card here that I'll be available for purchase. He's going to move up on the light track, and that will get discarded. And here is the next card that's going into that 4 or 5 slot. All right, my turn now. Now that I've placed my first worker, I have to place somewhere in this realm. I cannot place myself in my own realm. I could go here and not start a battle yet, because it's still the peaceful phase. But I want, what do I want? I want this one right here, because the hammer and the potion will be able to help me summon the wizard during my regroup phase. So I'm gonna kind of work this direction. I'm gonna go right here, and thinking about this in advance, I don't need my diamonds yet, but what I'm actually going to do here is take 2 cards. These 2, Plague and Blood Rage, are much more better for when you're actually playing multiplayer and not against a solo AI. So I'm going to use these as my 2 resources. I'm going to trade those in, and I'm going to draw 3 new magic cards. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to take a look at them, and then I'm going to have to discard 1. So I've got, to complete this quest, you must have 7 cards in your hand, including this one. Okay, well, I'm pretty close to that, to getting there. City on a hill. At the end of the game, this card is worth 4 for each dwelling that is not adjacent to a ruin. Interesting. And complete this quest, lose a battle. Well, that's pretty easy. So I'm going to get rid of this one, because it's almost guaranteed that I'm going to lose at some point. These are all like instant VP, and this gives me 5 total cards in my hand, so I'm going to have to figure out if I can do that one quest. But anyways, the whole point of this was really to work my way and be able to go here next. So let's give the ghost a turn. They are activating here, and I should have moved the watcher. And this is the card that they're doing. So they are simply going here, and they are taking what I wanted. So when they go to an elemental, oh, look at that. Perfect. So they're, oh no, they took the better of the 2. So this gets slotted on their board, face down. It doesn't matter. They don't gain those resources. And there's nothing underneath here, so they actually don't do anything. Now, the problem is that they took what I really wanted. So where do I go now? Let's discard this. This is going to be the next card in the 1, 2, 3 slot. And now I need to think about what's my primary goal here. Do I risk? See, right now they don't have any dwelling cards out, so I could risk it to go here. I could still go here, get my potion, bring in the wizard, and try and make it through another round before I can secure that spot. I could go here, which would give me a coin. But again, I needed the 2. I needed the double. The double would have been perfect. Here's the double. If I went here, I could bring out the dragon and dwell. So maybe we'll do that. Okay. Yeah, because I can't reach the fortress. I don't have the resources to buy anything. I can't mill yet. I need a wood. I need a hammer somewhere. So I'm going to go here. This is kind of a no-brainer. Yeah, because at least I'm getting my benefit. I'm going to go ahead and trade this in immediately. So hammer and a gem. All right. And this gets moved. Okay, they are, oops, 2, sending someone to the dungeon, which is right there, and rolling for an adventure card. They are 3, which is another light card. So they're taking that one. Solstice of Shrine is the next one up, and they're gonna move up here. That's it. This will be the next card. Oh, it's the exact same card into the 1, 2, 3 slot. All right, so I have no other option but to regroup my people here. So let's think about this. Actually, we can kind of do this setup until our kingdom grows. I can smush everything in here. All right, so who do we want to go first here? And you know what? One, 2, 3. Very interesting. But yeah, that's the primary target. But I could go ahead and dwell right there and bring out the dragon. It's a pretty good start. That's the better thing. Okay. So he's got such a great start on the light track, though. Do I really want to go after... Sorry, I'm like thinking in my head here. Really deciding what to do. I'm realizing now that I should have gone there with my person, but I'm not going to change it now. So I'm going to bring this guy back, and yeah, I'm going to stick with the original plan. I'm going to dwell here. So I'm going to spend 2 hammers, and I'm going to dwell this guy here. That's going to gain me 6 victory points and move up 1 on the green track. So 2, 4, 6, and bump up 1 here. Then I'm going to bring this guy back, and I'm going to summon my dragon for 2 gems and a scroll. So now I have my dragon out on the board. All right, so everybody comes back, and that's it. That's the end of my turn. I've now completed the regroup phase, so we're both on the glory track. The peaceful phase is over. The watcher stays put right there, and we roll for the ghost. All right, 4 is here. He wants to go here. And and he's going to be placing a new realm tile out. So, all right, so I get to choose where I'm going to put this. And I gain points for placing it, or if I dwell, I think what I'm going to do here is actually stick it up here. Because if I go after light, if I create an engine where I can get a lot of gems, then light is, I'm going to try and jump up this light track and possibly beat him to the top, if nothing else gets to the top. So, yeah, that's there. It's 2 gems to dwell there. Yeah, I think that looks good. So, I'm going to draw a new card real quick. This is the one going in the slot on the ghosts spot. And I take the last, so now all of the light tiles are out. And this stack only has 2 tokens because we stole one for the ghost track at the beginning of the game. All right. So what do we want to do here? Try and bring out the wizard. Set myself up to purchase some cards. So I could use some scrolls. Coins are always good. Gems are always good. Hammers are always good because I kind of want to dwell right here again. So if I start here and work my way down again, I can not quite get there. Not a whole lot of good options here. I really don't want to trade that in. So, do I take the magic card? Really don't want the magic card, but I might have to here. It's going to get me closer to 7. Okay. So, do I dwell this early? Yeah. I feel like I kind of want to, so. Okay, I'm going to go here. I'm going to take the magic card. I'm immediately going to trade this in for a magic card. This gives me my 6th. It's a lightning bolt. Play after battle dice have been rolled. This card counts as if you had rolled an additional die with value of 6. That's nice. It might not last very long in my hand. Okay, the Watcher actually stays put. And let's see what the ghosts are going to do. They want to go to the dungeon. So they're going to send a guy here. They're going to roll for an adventure card, which is a darkness card. Here is the next darkness card that's coming up. And they move up, or they move on to the darkness track. All right, that gets discarded. Here's the next card. This will actually reshuffle the draw deck for the ghosts. Okay. All right, so now my dragon can jump up here because it's 2 away and take the 2 hammers. And I'm going to immediately just go ahead and take those 2 hammers. All right. Okay. Ghosts. 1, 2, 3. All right, the warrior is moving into the fortress, which is going to shuffle up this discard pile into the draw deck, and that's it. Okay, so they're getting close to the point where they're going to regroup here, and they're actually going to score pretty good on this regroup action because they got a lot of guys on ruin tiles. All right, here's their next card. They're going to be gaining some magic. All right, so I think I need that coin over there as a wild so I can dwell for a second time here. Do I really want to do that though? Do I really want to dwell this often? Yeah, I think so. So I'm going to go here. I'm going to take this. I'm going to immediately trade it in for a coin. Remember, coins are wild, and that's it. So 3 is going to create a regroup action for the ghosts. So what happens here is they don't have any dwellings, so it doesn't matter. All these guys are going to come off, but 2, 4, 6, 8. They're getting 8 points for these guys who are on the ruin tiles, nothing for these two. So they go to 10, jump over me, and that's it. That's their turn. All right. So I need to regroup now. Yeah. So again, this dragon counts as a worker. I am going to summon with a single sword here one of my basic workers. So they'll be brought out. And then I will bring this guy back. He's going to dwell for 2 hammers and a coin. We're going to claim this spot here. All right, this is going to move me up twice, 1, 2, and gave me 2, 4 more points. So I frog hop him. And I forgot to be moving the Watcher around. All right, so not too bad. Definitely need to get some more workers out here. So let's focus on getting the wizard out the next round. All right. 3. This is, we are going to the Mage Tower, which is right here. And we are simply giving them 2 magic cards, which is really just 2 VP for the end of the game. This is their next card for the 1, 2, 3 slot. All right. Now, I need some potions and a scroll this turn. Possibly some other reason. I have 1 potion to my name. That is it. It's hard to pass up the coin, though. Because the coin is just a wild resource, so you never know what's going to be underneath it. Gosh, where do we go? Let's go here. Yeah. Oh, let's go here. All right. I am going to immediately turn this in for a potion. I need to find a scroll somehow. Hopefully, it's going to be that coin. All right. They are... Now this should have been moved, sorry. They're gonna go right here and they're gonna place out a new realm tile. So what do we wanna do with this? I'm not as fussed about where this is gonna go. So, I'm just gonna put you right here. Move that like that. All right, we've squeezed everything in now. And they're done. Here's their next card. All right, so they can finally construct a dwelling if available. All right, so let's go here, take the coin. Immediately trade it in for said coin. All right. 6 again, so they're bringing out their wizard. Should have moved the Watcher. They're going here. Now, here's the trick. They want to dwell in this space, or in the space as the Watcher. They cannot, they don't have anybody there. So then, they look around the Watcher, and the only people are on ruin spaces, which they cannot dwell on. So they actually have lost their ability to dwell. And this is their next card, which is a special dwelling card. So we'll see that in action here soon. Okay, so where do I want to go with my dragon? Do I want to jump way over there? Oh, I forgot to populate these 2 spaces, because this could be something. Oh, there you go. That's a coin. And that. All right. I think I'm going to take the coin. I'm going to go here. I'm going to take the coin. Trade it in for a coin. And yeah, pretty good start there. And I'm going to go ahead and take, we're going to try this, slot that in there as a free action. Okay. Ghosts get a turn. 4 is this guy here. He wants to, now the Watcher should have moved. So here is, we're gonna see our first battle because he wants to go right here. That doesn't exist. So he's gonna come in here. And first, before we do anything else, we'll roll for his adventure card. It's gonna be a darkness card. So we take that. This is the next one I have available to me. He moves up the darkness track. Now, we need to have a battle. So, he's got no one else around him to draw in. He's got no one in the underworld, so he's getting a lonely dice there. I could draw this guy in. If for some reason I lose, then, you know, shame on me. I've lost both those guys. So I'm just going to go in with my dragon. See how we do here. All right, so in comparing the dice, the 2 up against my 5, that's close. See, you know, 2 and 2 could have been the outcome, but with his rolling a 2, he could have rolled a 6 and defeated my dragon, but he didn't. So I send him to the underworld, and I get to move up on the glory track. So I'm going to get 2 VP right off the bat. 1, 2, and that's it. So yeah, that was a battle. Pretty simple. And that was their turn. So this is their next card in that middle slot. It's another Place of Realm slot. And I want to, I need to regroup. So, really doesn't matter here. We'll regroup our dragon to summon with 2 potions and a coin, our wizard. So we've got our wizard on the board now. And I'll bring this guy back to gather 2 gems. And I will bring this guy back to dwell. He is just kind of a wasted action. Because I have nobody else I could dwell anywhere. So, but I've got a little kind of a gem engine going here. Is there anything that I could use? I could do that. So I'd need 2 hammers for that. Okay. I have no hammers as of right now. Okay. All right. Let's see here. So I've got 2. I could go there and get my 3rd. All right. Anyways, that was my turn. So the ghost, 6, there's nobody there. So he's going to regroup. He's going to gain 1 VP for pulling that guy back out of the underworld. He's going to gain 4, 6 for pulling these guys back. So kind of a big turn for him. He jumps all the way up to 17. Okay. All right. Let's see here. I kind of want to try and race him up the track. So let's do this. Let's go here. I'm going to take this and take it as a... Do I take it as a gem? No. Actually, this is what I'm going to do. Sorry. I'm going to take this one. I'm going to take a magic card immediately. This is going to give me 7 cards in hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Which means, as a free action, I can complete the book quest to gain 3 EP. 1, 2, 3. Okay. All right. So I've got strategies here. I've got strategies. All right. So Ghost's turn. He is sending in this guy. Should have been moved. He is gonna go right here and roll for an adventure card, which is green. Oh, he took my green one. That's fine. All right. Ooh, that's not bad. It's not bad at all. All right, 3 wood for that. Okay. Let's see here. What do I want to do? Where do I want to send? Oops. Send my wizard. There's my next card for the ghosts. So the wizard can go anywhere. So let's keep that in mind. And then he can move adjacently afterwards. So there. There. Okay, so I'm going to go here with my wizard. I'm going to take the hammer out of that option. And then I'm going to slide him in right here. Yeah. All right, so we are going right back up here. And we're rolling for another adventure card. And he is taking another darkness card. Right. Ooh, necromancy. That's the next one there. He's taking a lot of adventure cards, which are going to be decent points at the end. I kind of need to keep this game moving here. So I've got a decent head start on my dwellings, but I need to start pulling some tiles out. So, all right. Then what I want to do next is attempt to start a fight here. So I'm going to send my dragon in right here. I can because he's adjacent to the the wizard who moved. I'm going to take this and I'm going to take it as a gem. All right. And technically the watcher should be right here. Now the watcher should have moved down here. But I moved in here and I gain a VP based on the card, the monster card for the Winged Serpent. Now, it says I could choose not to battle the Winged Serpent. I could just let him fly around, but I actually want to battle him. So, this comes, I don't need this right now. I do need 4 of my gray dice. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I am going to bring in my wizard. So there's 4. I don't have any swords. I'm not adjacent to a dwelling, so that's all I get. So 4 to 4. All right. So let's see here. He beat me. I could play my lightning bolt spell, but that would simply just tie him there, and then he's beat me again. So not a great showing, but I did just lose a battle. So I'm going to gain 3 victory points for that. These guys are going to come down here. I'm going to gain 2 swords for them getting kicked to the underworld. And my 3 VP. So 1, 2, 3. This gets discarded now. And I can also play healing. So play on your turn, gain 1 for each of your units in the underworld, return them to your ready area. So I'm going to gain 2 VP, 1, 2, and I get them back. So, not bad, and we can try this all again in a second. Okay. Let's see here. Yeah, I think that's going to be my next play. Okay. Ghost's turn. 1 is, oh, I forgot to draw a new card. So this is the card we're going to be doing here. And he simply just goes right here. Nothing. Nothing else happens. All right. And this is my next card. Okay. Where do we want to go now? Who do we want to send there? Yeah, I think we're just going to try this again. So, I'm going to go here. I'm going to, as my action, turn one sword and 1 magic card in for 2 gold. So I've taken my action. Now I jumped in here adjacent to the Winged Serpent so he can rush me. I do get another VP for moving in adjacent to him. And we're going to try this again. I'm just going to go 3 against 4. Try and only lose the dragon this time, or possibly win. All right, so I believe I won outright with 3 6s. Doesn't get any better than that. He doesn't have any 6s. So, oh my. Oh my. Okay, we're good. We're good here. All right, so he is defeated. He's just going to go over here for now. And I get to enter onto this track. All right, and I get to move up the glory track. I'm going to take a hammer as my resource of choice for coming right here. And that's it. Oh, no, wait. I've got one more thing. Dragon War. I won a battle with a dragon. I am going to gain 3 VP. 1, 2, 3. All right. Nice little turn there. All right, let's see what the ghosts got for me. I can miss my dice tower. All right, so we are sending the warrior to the dungeon right there. And they are going to roll for an adventure card, which is a 3. Ooh. The race is on. All right. So they take a light card. There's the lighthouse. When placing your units in Eldervale, you may, if you choose, you may place adjacent to your dwellings as if they were units. That's not a bad little card to have because my dwellings are kind of spread out. Okay. So that's my next card. I need to move them up. They're 1 away from gaining this orb. So the question is, how do I want to spend my money here in a second? Okay. So, what do we want to do? What do we want to do? I could just... I could really do a sweeping power move here. And I think we may even try it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see, how many gems can we acquire here? All right, I'm going to send a guy right here. I'm going to take a gem. All right, and that's it. They are they are regrouping. So they're taking 6 for these guys and nothing for him. So they go from 17 to 23. I'm at 26. Okay, I almost want to regroup right now, but I could use the resources here. So okay, yeah. All right, so we're gonna bring out a new realm tile. We're gonna dungeon here. Bring out a new realm tile. It is a order tile. I'm really not even that fussed about this, so where that's gonna be. So I'm gonna put that right there. This is the first order tile that has come out. So those go there, those go there. Okay, now I can purchase adventure cards. So, are you ready, ladies and gentlemen? I'm going to purchase, this card here for my green. This is going to allow me to gain an additional benefit. All right, need some room here. I need to check to see if I can attach this to my basic card, but either way, I'm going to spend here the necessary resources to purchase that. This is going to push me up here and I gain an orb. I'm just going to place that right there for right now. So I've maximized the dwellings here. I'm going to purchase my other one. I've been told I cannot flip these over yet, but I'm going to go ahead and purchase this one. I'll slot that one there for 3 gems. I'll go ahead and flip these over now. So there's that one, and there's that one. I need to spend my 3 gems. 3, so there's my 3 gems going in, and I can jump up here. Okay, and we went right here. All right, so I think we're okay. Let me regroup, and then I'm gonna check on some rules. But do I want to move into the mill? It doesn't matter. Yeah, it doesn't matter where I am. Okay, because the Watcher's not going to move. All right, 5 is here. Oh, this is what I was afraid of. Okay, so that guy's going to go there. They are wanting to place a new realm tile. So we're just pushing along here. All right. I don't want this guy anywhere near me. So he is going to go way over here. All right, I'm gonna move this to right there for now. And we need a new stack of treasure tokens. We need a monster. You go there, you go there, and that's it. Okay. He draws a new card, but we need to have a battle. So, he's all by himself here, but I don't want to lose my person being here. So, I'm going to bring in the dragon. I'm going to bring in my mage. That's going to give me 3, 4, 5 against his lonely one. And I've got that magic card in my back pocket. So 5 to 5. Yeah, I win. Oh, there's a 6 hiding. Okay, so I send him. I'm going to move up the glory track here, which I'm going to... what spot do I want to move up? I guess let's move up this track here. Why not? Because I'm about to take the others. Okay. So we did that. Nothing else I need. Oh, I did complete this quest now, so I get 4 points. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm up to 30 now. I'm just rolling right along with all these quests. And that's it. Now that was their turn, and so I get to take my turn, which is going to be a regroup action. Oh no, I can't dwell twice. So no, I don't want to. I'm going to take this back. I'm going to move here. Yeah, I did it all in my head, and I don't have the opportunity to dwell twice. So what we're going to do instead is bring this guy back first to gain 2 gems. Not even really gonna, yeah, I'll pull him out. Okay, then I'm going to bring back the wizard here to dwell. I'm gonna spend my 3 crystals, which I have on hand. I didn't need to use any of my coins. I'm gonna turn this guy into a dwelling, which is going to gain me 2, 4, 6 points. So I'm up to 36 now. And I hop over him and steal this orb from him. Beautiful. And what do we want to do here now? Can I summon anybody? Do I really want to spend the coins to do that? Yeah, I kind of need some workers. All right, so I'm going to go here. I'm going to spend a coin and a sword to bring out another worker. And that's it. I got nobody else left. All right. So, feeling pretty good about where we are here. There's 3 realm tiles left to come out. There are... I have 3 dwellings left to do. They have not dwelled at all, which could be very helpful in the long run. And I need to, yeah, that stays there. Okay, let me step away for a second and figure out if I can place this aura card onto this card, which I should have done before I regrouped. I'll give myself a coin if that's possible. Okay, so unfortunately, aura cards cannot be assigned to my starting card, and it also has to be assigned to a adventure card where you activate it when you are regrouping. So the lighthouse, both of these cards basically are not eligible to take this aura card. So my next goal here is probably going to be to focus on these other 2 tracks, because even though I can focus most of my dwellings on the green and light, or earth and light elemental spaces, and I can focus my cards there, I still get points for where I am, and they're minor, but they count in the end for how far I am up on these tracks. So I'm probably going to focus my efforts on purchasing some cards in that area. So one of the obvious places to go would be to the the order card still has its door here, which gives me a slot that I can put a treasure token in. It's pretty cheap. It allowed me to get on this on the board here, and it also will allow me to park the aura card underneath it. So let's see, we're gonna need some scrolls to go there, and there aren't really very many scrolls. So what do we want to do here? Oh, and technically it's not even my turn. It is the ghost's turn. So we kind of ran out of room for the dice tower for now. We'll get it out if we hold a battle, but all right, so 3. 3, we're going to be watchers there, putting a guy right here, and they get to get an adventure card. So they are taking 2, which is another darkness card. Okay. And this is another card I could go for in the future. Ooh, Assassin's Blade. That's not bad either. So again, you have to put somebody here, but by giving up a sword, you could get these 2 things. So that's not bad either, to jump up onto the darkness track as well. And again, I could put the aura underneath it. So let's think about that. That's 3 swords or 2 3 swords or 2 scrolls. What can I get the easiest? I'm thinking what we're gonna do here is actually go after some swords. Yeah, I can get what I need for that. Okay, so this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go here, and I am going to take the 2 swords. I'll trade this in for the 2 swords. Okay. And then I'm going to move over here with my action as the wizard. All right. Let's see, where's my die for my ghosts? Yeah, how many cards have they taken? Dark cards. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so they should be up here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Forgot to move them up last round. All right, 5. They are activating this worker. He's going to go to the dungeon. The watcher should be there, but it doesn't matter. And they simply roll for another adventure card. And 6, they're going to take the chaos card, the order card from me. So that made my decision easier. And the Grand Armory, that would provide endgame scoring. And that's all they're going to do. There's their next card. So some pretty simple cards for them coming up. All right. Okay, so I'm going to take now, and I'm going to come right here with my next action. Take these 2, which I'm going to slot that for right now, actually. Yeah. Yeah, I think I need to do that. Okay, that's it. 3 is, and now this guy should have gone here, but he can't go here, so he's going to come into my arena. That's all he's going to do. He would get a treasure token, but there's not one there, so instead he gains a magic card. All right, and now a battle ensues. So he's going to definitely draw this guy in. He's getting 1 extra die for who's in the guy in the underworld. That's it. So he's getting 3. What do I want to do here? Do I want to bring over my wizard? It'd be 2 to 3. Yeah, because I still have this card over here that could save me. All right, so he's really only bringing 2. I don't want to spend my swords. All right, so let's just bring this out and roll these out here. Okay. No, not very good at all. So I definitely lost that one. All right. Now, but I can go ahead and play this. Play after battle dice have been rolled. This card counts as if you had rolled an additional value 6 die. So I'm going to play this. My single 6 will trump everybody's, and so now I actually won. So these guys are going to go to the underworld. I am going to go here, which is going to give me 2 more. I'm at 38 now, and an orb. So, yeah. Okay. All right, so both our guys are here. That was their turn. Let's give them a new card. Here's their next card, placing out a realm. Oops, man, I'm just messing everything up here. All right, so where do I want to go now? I could pretty easily purchase a lot of stuff here. So I'm thinking of maybe going for the dungeon tile. Or at the end of my turn, you know what? I could have moved up here. So let's think about that. No, it's at the end of your turn. All right. So he got drawn in based upon the other player's turn. So I've got all these guys over here, all of this over here that I could spend up on the orb rewards track at any time as a free action and start jumping up that that spot there. So let's see here. I really should have saved that double dagger, but that's okay. So let's see, I think we do just want to go for swords. So I'm going to play this up here and I'm going to claim 3 swords, which I am not going to, bother claiming because I'm just going to turn around and place the guy right here. And we'll go through those actions and I'm going to spend those 3 swords here in just a second. All right, so we've got a new order tile. I may actually try and do this. So let's put this up here so it's next to the mill. I would be able to score points for that if I can get up there. It's going to get this last little stack right there. All right, then I'm going to spend the 3 swords that I just acquired on this card here. And this is going to allow me to slot this aura card underneath it. All right. Then for my next card, I guess what I need to do is also throw down one of these orbs right here, gain 2 scrolls. I will accompany that with this, and that will gain me my 3rd scroll to get this vault card here. So I'm actually going to put the vault card here just so you guys can see when I add to it. I'm looking for sword icons again. I should have saved my sword, my double sword treasure token there. All right, so I purchased my 2 cards. I get to now enter these 2 spots. So there we go, pretty good. And that's it. I think my turn is done now. I will, however, go ahead and slot this in there so I can start taking advantage of that later on. All right, so Ghost gets turn now. We are going to do 5. So he's bringing out his dragon based upon this, which the Watcher should have been there. So the dragon's going to come in right here. All right. He gets a magic card, since there are no other treasure tokens to take, and a battle ensues. So I automatically get 2 for those guys, plus this guy can shoot from there, and he gets 3 for his underworld guys in the underworld and 3 for his dragon. So he's actually getting all 6 of his dice. And let's see what the outcome is here. All right, there's a 6 from him, No 6 from me. So his dragon has swooped in and defeated me, which puts a little bit of a dent into my plan. So these two guys go down. They do give me swords though, which I can use some swords here to pay for this stuff. Ooh, and this is very interesting here. Once on your turn as a free action, 3 swords to move up the thing, which he is now finally going to move up here. He finally defeated me, and so he gets 2 victory points. Okay, so his turn's over. His next card is going to be an undead monster, so he'd be bringing back the winged serpent. All right. So, what do we want to do with our dragon now? Very interesting. Unfortunately, I can't dwell with my dragon, so I think I'm actually going to go up here, take this double hammer. Yeah. This appears to be my best bet. Or do I want to take this one here? Because I can go here because it's 2 spaces away. Also, when I have my lighthouse, I can go here because I'm adjacent to a dwelling. Yeah, I think I'm going to go here. I'm going to slot this there. So pulling somebody back right here is going to be super powerful. All right. Okay. So the ghost gets turn 4. That means he is going to regroup. So he's going to get 3 for these guys here who are dead. 1, 2, 3. 2 for you. And nothing for the dragon. So 2 more. 1, 2. All right, that's it. Okay. All right. So I need to regroup here. I will obviously be coming here, gaining 2 gems, 2 hammers, and a coin. And the dragon now will come back and summon my knight. And I needed to pay a sword to do that, to do this. So I'm going to do that. And I'm now summoning my knight with those 2 hammers I just acquired and 1 of my swords. All right. And then these guys come back. All right, so I have a pretty decent amount of workers to utilize in the next round. All right, so I could actually push this game along pretty fast now at this point. All right, 4, they are going to summon this guy back. He just goes right there. There's nothing else that really happens there with that. Next up, he's going to get a chance to construct a dwelling. Oh, he's got nobody on the board. All right. So I need to get some resources here. What does this guy do? Let's just see what the Iron Golem does against you. Workers add no battle dice in a battle with the Iron Golem. Spells may not be used in a battle with the Iron Golem. He's basically running 4 dice. So I could just throw my warrior out there and do 2 to 4 and try and get lucky. I don't know if that's worth it. Let's think about this here. Okay, so there's a lot of direction I could go here. I could you know, try and work my way up these tracks. I'm at least on the board, and we're talking, you know, difference of like 4 or 6 points here. So, but I can get more of those if I go after, you know, and continue to work in the green and yellow areas. So I'm gonna go here, attempt to dwell here, hopefully. So we'll take our gems here, and I guess I'll go ahead and trade this one in. That's 2 swords. Okay, so that will be helpful there. Let's let me go ahead and take my 3 gems here, and now I can purchase a gold card here, up here, which will be worth 5 points at the end of the game. So I think that's kind of what I'm going to focus on. All right. So the ghosts are placing out a new realm tile, so they're inching things closer to the end game as well. So that means they are probably going to trigger, if I purchase a card, it's going to trigger the end game. Okay, so I should have gone here. Unfortunately, that means they are going to send their worker here as well, kicking me out of that spot. So, gosh, I really wanted that spot too. Okay, so I get 2 dice because of my dwelling right here. He gets 1 because that's it. So I'm just gonna roll these out right here and hope for the best. All right, perfect. So we actually win the battle that they started. Oh, and I need to put out a new realm tile. Almost forgot about that. So let's see what we got here. Okay, so it is the green one. Unfortunately, it is also the one that brings with it the ancient treant. So he's gonna go right there. These guys come out of their spot. That's gonna go right there. So I would love to dwell there, but there's also the treant that I have to deal with. I don't really need to defeat the treant because he, you know, the biggest benefit I would get is moving up this track that I'm already at the top of. So, but the good news is that I'm still up here. So let me think about this. Yeah, what I really want is to be able to save this and park it right here. I also want to go ahead and mill right there, which I've got the resources for, so I think that's what we're going to do next. Let's send this guy to mill, and I will pay my 2 gems. And this is going to be 5 points at the end of the game, but also right now it is worth 4 additional points because it's adjacent to a dwelling and adjacent to a ruin. So up to 42, the ghosts are at 30. So I'm getting a pretty decent lead on him. Now, where do I want to move my, gosh. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go right here. Just because. Okay. All right. Each opponent must discard 1 treasure token, corrosive breath. I don't really like that. At the end of the game, gain 2 for each gem icon on the tokens above. Ooh, and each gem in your supply. Now that one might be worth going after. Okay, so I could use double things, which are right there. Okay. All right, either way, I have gone, so the ghosts get a turn. They are going to be sending out this guy. I went here, so the ghosts are going to go here, and they are going to attempt to dwell. So for the first time, they actually have the ability to dwell. They would like to dwell here. That's not an option. So they're going to go all the way around. They're going to come back to this guy. Even though I just placed him on the board, he still counts. So he becomes the ghost's first dwelling. He gets to enter this track here, and he will gain 2 points for being next to a ruin tile, but that's it. So not too bad. His next card is going to be placing a new realm. So if he rolls a 4 or a 5, he is triggering the end game. I've got 2 dwellings left that I would like to be able to do. So, and ideally it'd be these 2, but those both have monsters on them that I would have to deal with first. So, gosh, I almost want to, no, I want to be able to go up here. So let's do that. Yeah, I want that double sword. So let's send you for right now. Just simply go here and claim the sword. The Watcher will move up there. I'm going to immediately take this and slot it right there. Okay. Yeah, that's not too bad. All right. Ghosts get a turn. I feel like there's so much I want to do and I'm just like running out of time here. All right, so they are playing this special dwelling card, which they would go here to the middle, but luckily they don't have anybody that is, these 2 guys aren't eligible, and that one guy is already turned into a dwelling. So I got pretty lucky there that they didn't get another one. Here's their next card, a basic one. And again, they trigger the end game on a 4 or 5 roll here at this point. So the question is, you know, really purchasing adventure cards or getting dwellings out there in the yellow and green elemental colors is going to get me the same amount of points. So maybe I just need to set myself up here to be able to purchase some cards here at the end of the game. So at this point, I want swords. I've got 2 here, but also I'm going to use one here. I could also use some scrolls, but I've used up all the scrolls. I could come up here and do this and get some coins, or I could go get some gems, but then I still need some tools. Ideally, I'd go somewhere where I can get 2 tools, but that's fine. All right, I'm not ready to spend this yet. I am gonna go up here though and take this single tool and turn it into a resource. All right, let's see here, what do they got? 2. So they are attempting to do a dwelling. Now I would go here. They want to go here. And the only person that's on elemental space is this guy, but there's already dwelling here, so they cannot dwell. This is their next card, another dwelling. All right, so I've got my last worker here. What do I want to be able to do with him? Ideally, I guess get some more gems, I think. A gem and a sword. See, it's unfortunate that once you slot them, you've kind of lost it. But I am going to get a lot of gems right here. So maybe go get a sword icon to park right there. But the only place to get one is here. Yeah, I mean, why not? It wouldn't be the worst thing in the world to... Alright, so I'm going to take this. I'm going to go ahead and slot this here. Give myself lots of swords. This is going to trigger the Ancient Treant to come in, rush in, and attack me. But at least it's my dragon. So the Ancient Treant says, as long as the Ancient Treant is in Eldervale, the Mage Tower produces 1 additional magic card. Alright, so that doesn't matter. He's rolling 5 dice. But this worker can give me a bonus die. So let's see here. I've got 3 from my dragon. Then I'm getting 2 from each of these dwellings. And I get a 3rd from that worker who can fire off. So I actually get 6 to the treant's 5. We definitely need the dice tray for this. So let's just park you right in the middle here and roll these out. All right, 6 and 6 to his 6 and 6. Ooh, this is getting intense. My next best is 3 and his next best is 2. So I have taken down the treant, which makes sense. I'm a fire-breathing dragon. And I just took down a wooden monster. All right, so this guy gets defeated. I move up here, doesn't matter, but I do get to move up on the glory track, which means I get to gain a resource of my choice. I think I will be choosing a sword, simply because I'm going to get bonus points for those at the end. All right. That wasn't too bad. Okay. So let's see if he's going to allow me. Nope. All right, he is triggering the end game here, which means he's going to take his turn, and then he's going to get one more turn. And I essentially can regroup, and that's it. So I went here. So this is interesting. He is bringing out his dragon. We're going to do dragon on dragon combat here. And he's bringing out this last person. It honestly does not even matter really where this goes. So, yeah, I guess technically I should put these out. But there you go. All right. So all that's out. He places a new realm tile. That's all he's going to do. And now we have another combat. So we already know what I can roll here. He, however, is going to draw this guy in. He's got 1 over here in the underworld. So he's rolling his 3 plus 2 more is 5. And that's it. So we have another intense combat here. Dragon on dragon. All right, so let's see here. I have got a 5. He's got a 5. All right, so those cancel out. I've got another 5. He's got another 5. I've got a 4. And I've got a couple of 4s. He's got a couple of 3s. So I am victorious again. Which simply just helps me because I'm going to push up this track. I get to choose a direction to go now. I mean, it really doesn't matter. Will I be able to dwell right there? Yeah, I think we're gonna go this way. So I'm gonna try and get one more dwelling out. So I'm gonna push up on this track here. Okay. And that's it, really. I just get to move up the glory track. These guys are going to the underworld. All right. So this is my last turn. All I can do is my regroup action, but I can take a couple actions here before I do all this. So I'm going to go up here and I'm going to take 2 coins with that orb. All right. So what do we want to do here? I want to dwell with one of these guys. So I'm going to dwell right here with you. Yeah. All right. Yes. I'm going to dwell with you. I'm going to pay for my 3 scrolls with 3 coins here that I've since newly acquired. But that's going to allow me to dwell here. Oh, get on there. All right, so this pushes up 2 now. 1, 2, unfortunately, so close right there. If I just had one more turn, I got to purchase a card, but I don't have it, so that's fine. And I get 2, 4, 6 more points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm up to 48. He's at 32. I'm feeling really good about this game. All right. Then I am going to bring you back to get 2 gems. So let's park these here and bring you back. Pay my 1 sword. All right, to get 2 more gems and 2 hammers. Okay. The hammers I'm not going to be able to do anything with, but the gem... Oh, no, I'm not going to be able to score the gems. Because this is sword tokens. I didn't have time to purchase the fungal garden up there. Alright. Yeah, at this point, all my additional resources aren't going to do me any good. So, and honestly, I should not have wasted all of this. I'm going to take my 1 sword back and put back my 2 of everything else. Because it doesn't even matter now. Yeah. Alright. I'll get more points for that sword. Okay, so they get 1 last turn here. Let's see what they're going to do. They are actually regrouping, which is going to get them a few victory points. 3 for these guys in the underworld. 1, 2, 3, 2, 4, and that's it. So they are up to 39, and I'm at 48, heading into final scoring. So let's take a look now at, let's count up their score first. So they're going to quickly make it around to this track here. So the ghosts score slightly differently than regular players, but not by much. They don't have any orbs to spend. He didn't claim any orbs, so we move straight to the elemental track. So he's got 2, and 4 is 6. Nothing here. And another 4 is 10. So he's now at 49. He's officially passed me. Then we go to dwellings. He scores those like normal players. He only has 1 though. So he's scoring based on this track, which is just 2 more. 1, 2. And then he's going to score, we'll just count up his magic cards. These are 1 VP apiece. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So he is up to 60. And then I'm going to organize these out into the various piles. Okay, so he actually should be on the earthen track, and I missed that somehow. But I can see that now, and I corrected it. So he should get 2 more points, 1, 2. And then for this card here, he's going to get 2 points, 1, 2. Then he's got 1, 2, 3, 4 light cards at 4 pieces, 16. So that's 70, 80. His darkness is 1, 2, 3, 4. That's another 16. So he's up to 96 now. I'm just going to move this out of the way. 96. And his lone one here is worth 2 more points. 1, 2. All right, so that's his score. That's pretty low, to be honest with you. That's the lowest I've ever seen the AI score. They almost always get over 100. So let's see how well we did here. We will score 2. 5 is 7. Another 5 is 12. And this is 16. So 54, 64. And then we move to our dwellings. We are scoring 10 for these 2. So that's 74. 10 for these 2. So that's 84. And our 5th one is worth 4 points, so we're up to 88 already. Feeling pretty good now. Let's now look at, we've counted elemental, we've counted dwellings. Now I need to count up my tableau cards. So let's count up our vault cards first. I don't need any of this stuff anymore. So this can get discarded, but here I've got 1, 2, 3 sword symbols, so that's going to be 6 more points. So I'm at the 94, very close here. I've got 3 swords in my tray, so 1, 2, 3. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I think we have done it. Because this is going to give me 5, 10 points here, so I'm now officially won the game. I'm at 107. This one's going to give me 4, so I'm at 111. And this one's going to get me 5, so 116. And this one's going to get me 2, so 118. So not a complete drubbing. I don't have any prophecy cards to turn in, so that's it. That's my final score. That is one of my lower scoring games, but I actually normally play with the Oracle tile, which allows you to build up your tableau without advancing the realm tiles. Extends the game a little bit longer. But anyways, it was a full game of solo Dwellings of Eldervale. If you enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a thumbs up. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave them in the comments section below. And please consider subscribing to the channel. Once again, thanks for watching. Have a great day.